One of my favorite hymns, I love to tell the story. This isn't my story. This is God's story about how He walks with me and talks with me each and every single day. And I believe He cries with me as well. Christmas 2016, my husband and I decided that it was time. I resigned from working in an employment situation that had gotten worse, and my health was getting worse. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was a decision that we knew that we needed to make. Financially, it was going to mean stretching our faith, and it continues to stretch our faith, and we'll continue to let it be stretched because we know that God is our provider, not man. We had exhausted what we thought all avenues, but God had another avenue for us that we didn't yet know. I'm not sure when the insomnia started after Christmas, but it took me back actually to the insomnia that I had when I was processing the loss of my dad, which really hasn't been that long ago, only a few short years. I had a fair bit of insomnia when I went over and I went over and cared for Mom in early 2015 while she was dying. So yeah, the insomnia returned. It's awful when you can't sleep. But there's been a lot happening, and my brain is on overdrive. My brain has had so much to process, and I think it's just exhausted. It's exhausted from being exhausted. I am so thankful for the friends and for the prayer partners that have rallied around me and that have supported me in so many ways through this journey. I would not be here without them. Fortunately, I didn't end up having to take the sleeping medication that the doctors prescribed. I do have a relaxer, and I do take that from time to time. But there was some more bad news that we received just actually last week from a dear friend in Canada. And we're grieving the loss with her of her little one. But it's lovely how technology connects us all rather than disconnects us. And I've had an opportunity to connect with another dear friend that we are mutually friends with. And we prayed, and she prayed for me. And God is taking the insomnia away. The sleeps have been returning as much better sleeps. Last night, a little bit iffy at the beginning, but I was practicing the mindfulness tool. And the mindfulness tool that I was practicing was imagining and actually visualizing all the toxins leaving my system, starting from my head. I don't actually remember past my head, so obviously the mindfulness worked, to which I am incredibly grateful, God. You have been my strength, and this isn't my story. This is the story that you have stood by me, and you have provided me with so much support from your Holy Spirit, from your word, from your presence, and also with providing those Jesus with skins on, as I remember the precious experience, the precious story that Pastor Shepherd shared in that sermon one day, which just continues to stick with me. It is so important that through our journeys we have Jesus's with skin on. So this is my visual blog today. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you are encouraged. And whatever it is that you might be going through, it can seem like there's no end, but there is an end, because God provides the way out. And He provides the endurance. He provides the sustaining presence, the sustaining hope, the sustaining shalom, peace, to help us even in the midst of what you're going through. May God bless you.